Hi, my name is John from Japanese Knife Imports, and today I'm here to talk with you about our Gonbei Hammered Damascus Series. This is a series we put up on the website a little while back, but I haven't yet had time to do an introduction until now. So, this series is a Swedish stainless steel core at about 60 on the Rockwell hardness scale, and has cladding that's hammered Damascus steel. This is not lasered on Damascus or etched on or drawn on in any way. This is actually two different steels folded together to create a Damascus pattern. However, in Japan, most Damascus knives that you'll see will be created in a way that allows for a core steel to be a single piece of hard steel, like in this case the Swedish stainless steel that's being used, and the cladding, the two outside layers, to be Damascus, in this case hammered Damascus. The Gonbei Hammered Damascus series comes with a rosewood octagon handle with a black pakkawood ferrule, and looks something like this. And today I'm going to show you a few different knives from this series, although I don't think I have everything in stock right now, so I can't show you everything. Sorry about that. First one up is this 240mm tsujihiki. Tsujihiki is a slicing knife, and this size can be used in home kitchens and professional kitchens alike. Although some professional cooks may find it a little bit short for some of the larger tests they have to do, for the vast majority of things that one might be slicing, this size will work just fine. I even know a few people that use this size as their general all-purpose chef's knife, and they do that because there's a little bit less blade height, so there's less friction and less sticking that occurs when you're cutting potatoes, onions, stuff like that. You'll notice here that the profile is on the taller side for some tsujihiki, and has a nice pointiness to it. Not too thick, not too thin, quite thin behind the edge, and actually on the construction knife you'll see has a wide bevel already set into it. The sides of the knife are ground roughly equal, about 50-50, and the handle being octagon as it is, you can see here, allows for the knife to be used by either right or left-handed users. So for lefties out there that are worried about being able to use this knife, you should be totally fine. Whenever possible, we do our best to make sure that we find knives that will be accessible to both righties and lefties. As I was saying before, you can see here that there's hammered Damascus cladding, and then a core steel, the solid steel that you can see here along the edge. It's about 60 on the Rockwell hardness scale, and is a Swedish stainless steel. So this is the 240mm tsujihiki. Next up is our 240mm wagyuto. Same kind of thing, same handle, rosewood, black pakkawood ferrule, not too thick, not too thin, still thin behind the edge, and has a nice kind of forward balanced weight to it. In a lot of ways, actually, this series is very similar to our Gesshin Uraku series, as far as the balance and feel, edge retention, and toughness. You'll find that it's going to be a little bit easier to sharpen and have a little bit better edge retention and not be quite as tough, but it's still pretty tough and durable to the point that most people, whether home cooks or professional cooks, beginners or experienced people alike, will be able to use this without really having to worry about it too much. It's kind of like a workhorse series. One of the other things you'll notice is that as our Gonbei series, it doesn't have any markings on the side of the knife here. There's no brand name or anything like that. And we thought that as workhorse knives, it was kind of a fun, cool way to do things, to have it really fit into the mindset of being a workhorse knife, with no frills, no nonsense, and no logo. So we hope you guys appreciate what we thought would be a kind of cool aesthetic. So this is our 240mm wagyuto again. After that, we have a 210mm wagyuto. The 240mm size is about 9.5 inches, so for those that are comfortable with 10-inch chef's knives or 8-inch chef's knives, that may be the size that you feel most comfortable with. For people that are comfortable with 6 to 8-inch chef's knives, this size may be a little bit easier for you to use. Also for people with cramped spaces or smaller hands. Some people that are really used to 10-inch chef's knives also feel more comfortable with 270mm gyutos. In this series we don't yet have one. We may depending on demand. This size is something that you see in a lot of home kitchens, and also for people on the line that are trying to do their plating and their cooking and cutting all in the same place. They don't have so much space, so this kind of smaller size knife will be a little bit more convenient to them. Last up, we have a 150mm petty. And I happen to like the 150mm petty size the most, in my opinion. I find that it's the most versatile overall. I can use this for any kind of in-hand work. I can use it for trimming fillets, trimming chicken. I can even use it for breaking down chicken as long as I'm not cutting through bone or twisting while I'm cutting through cartilage. As long as you're breaking down chicken in a nice, clean, effective way, actually, most knives will work for it, except for the most hard and thin knives. because you're not really cutting through anything hard. You're always finding joints and cutting through the joints, and as long as you're not twisting or using excessive force, you shouldn't notice any chipping in your knives. So here is the 150mm petty again. It can be used for tournées, for peeling of things, for sectioning fruit, cutting the crust off sandwich, whatever it is. The petty knife is kind of like a hybrid between a utility knife and a paring knife in Japan. And so that's the way that you'll see these knives used most often. If you have any other questions about this series of knives, or if you're interested in finding out more information about it, you'll be able to find them on our website under the Gonbei Hammered Damascus Series, where we have pictures from different angles and a little bit more about the knives in the description. Or you can always shoot me an email at jon@japaneseknifeimports.com. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.